Welcome to another edition of the Medical Imaging News, brought to you by Transamerican Medical, your best source for Philips medical imaging parts and pre-owned equipment.
Breakthrough in contrast material for medical imaging studies. Magnetic resonance imaging, one of the most important medical imaging advances in disease detection, relies on the injection of contrast material to highlight specific tissue or to distinguish between healthy and diseased tissue. The materials used in this medical imaging procedure tend to have the drawback of being either simply constructed and managed within the body but offering low contrast, or more complex in construction, offering sharper medical imaging contrast but with less stability when injected. The National Institute of Standards and Technology has been collaborating with researchers at Florida State University and the University of Colorado at Boulder to create new medical imaging contrast materials that are highly magnetic, highly uniform and thereby easier to manage, and very small. This combination of attributes will work together to create a very safe, very predictable, highly effective contrast solution. One such development is a magnetic molecule identified as iron 8, which contains all of the preferred attributes. This single molecule magnet has 8 ion bonds, is water-soluble, and non-toxic. The testing done on this molecule, described in recently published papers, shows that iron 8 provides good contrast in non-clinical MRI studies over a specific range of concentrations, dispelling an earlier confusion about the value of iron 8 in medical imaging. The earlier research had produced conflicting results because the concentration of iron 8 had not been accounted for during testing. These advances are due in part to advances in the field of nanotechnology. Nanotechnology involves working with particles that are 1/1,000,000th of a meter thick. The techniques that are available to measure and manipulate such small particles of matter will support additional research on materials such as iron 8. Researchers are hoping that these newer medical imaging contrast media can be manipulated for even greater benefit than suggested by this initial research. For example, researchers are seeking ways to turn on and turn off, so to speak, the medical imaging contrast qualities by synthesizing contrast media that bind only to certain other molecules, or do so only when subject to specific conditions that can be monitored and managed. Although this breakthrough in contrast media for medical imaging is extremely promising and may well provide a great leap forward in the quality of magnetic resonance imaging, there is still a great deal of testing and research to be accomplished before iron 8 can be made available for use in studies on the human population.
This has been another edition of the Medical Imaging News, brought to you by Transamerican Medical, your best source for Philips medical imaging parts and pre-owned equipment. Visit their website at transamericanmedical.com.